Alright, one last sound check and looks like we're good to go. Alright, so today I decided to try something different. As anyone who's watched the channel before knows, I'm a big fan of games like Arknights and Girls Frontline. So I decided to have a look around for a few different ones. I think I ended up having a go at things like AFK Arena, Destiny Child. But this is a new one called Illusion Connect. I think it's in beta or something at the moment. Not sure, or at least it was recently. It's got a similar sort of, I suppose, feel to it as Arknights, as opposed to something like Azur Lane. In that, well, as is usual for a phone game, you'll you collect characters, you level them up, and you send them into battles. And the battles play out as these, many little challenge battles, which I'll get to in a bit. Now, because this is a new game, I thought I'd try something a little different for this stream. I'm going to start off with a little overview of the game, perhaps for perhaps like the first 10-15 minutes of this stream, and then I'm going to have a go at doing some of the levels. Okay, so where do we start? I'll get to the gameplay later. So we'll start off with the summons. So as is usual for one of these phone games, you have little summons. You'll get tickets, which you can either buy in the in-game store using these diamond currency. And I think you can also unlock them by fulfilling specific things, like quests, things like that, daily quests, or weekly quests, or special quests, those kinds of things. But so far I haven't come across a lot outside of buying them with the in-game diamonds. At least so far I've gotten a lot of these. I've gotten I think this puts it at around... I think I spent 4,000 of these on tickets already, so that's over 6,000 so far. The rates seem pretty good. I think in about a 20 roll well, firstly, in each 10 roll, which is usually what you'd want to do, I've managed to get at least 1 or 2 SRs. And after 20 and well, they have like a special thing where on like your second 10 roll, you'll get like a guaranteed SSR, and then like within your first 70, you'll get one of the, I believe the UP means one of the pictured ones. So it's pretty good. And similarly to other games like Azur Lane or Arknights, you will use duplicates to upgrade them. I'll just show that off now. So you'll come to like the partner screen, you level up your characters. It's like Arknights where you'll you level them up by spending these experience potions basically. I'll see if I can show that off on someone a bit lower level. No. Okay, no. I before this I went and, well, since I'm not quite sure who's good or not yet, I've just sort of been upgrading everyone. But yeah, you get the experience potions through either waiting or... well, mostly waiting actually, or through in-game. There's a few things you look at when you're upgrading. So the first thing is you spend your potions to level up. Once you reach certain caps, like level 15, level 30, level 45, it seems to be every 15 levels so far, you'll need to basically uncap them, which unlocks the next 15 levels. so you can upgrade them further. As far as I can, because my profile is only level 22, I can't upgrade them past level 45 yet. And the second thing that happens is that you have these stars here, which are upgraded through the lens mechanic here. I think I'll do a quick demonstration of that. It's basically just increase the stats, and you'll get a little bonus as well. So your duplicates will get turned into these little shards here, and then you can spend them to give your character another star. It boosts stats, and you also unlock some. You get like 5 shards of your choice, which can be used to upgrade your other characters if you already have them. Whoops, what's happened? Well, good job. Note to yourself, read the thing. Give me a second, I've got to pause the stream now because I messed up massively because I didn't pay attention to when it was being server maintenance. It's also really hard to tell just because, well, because no one ever bothers putting in Australian time. So, I don't know, I'm not even sure. Anyway. Well, back to Arknights, I guess. Give me a second. Can I pause the stream? No, I can stop streaming. Okay, are we back? Okay, I was entirely unprepared to stream Arknights. Gosh. I kind of want to finish going over my thoughts on Illusion Connect, so I don't know, I'll run a little grind in the background, which will hopefully be at least interesting. Who am I leveling up at the moment? It's KB. Need to get her all the way up to level 80. Okay, so I think the thing about... Yeah, I kind of want to show off the gameplay. It's this, how do I put it? It's like a grid-based deployment game. So essentially you've got like, basically you and your opponent both have a field of 9 squares in a 3x3. You put down your characters, and they fight each other, basically. Yeah, the reason it reminds me of Arknights a bit is that it's sort of got these auto skills, so your characters, when they're deployed or during the battle, they'll activate skills which will charge up. It's gosh, there's like a few things to account for. Mostly, well, I don't know, I think the thing I found early game was that you don't need a lot of healing, but then a little bit onto the game, the battles get a bit longer suddenly, and you find you'll need a healer. Healer, tanks, and your characters will have different skills. So you'll have like AoE characters who are good at killing out enemy mobs. You'll have your your single target assassin type characters. You have your tanks. You have your healers. Oh, that said, one of those 9 squares is occupied by like the player. Anyway, so far it's been kind of interesting. They've got a very fast grind system, like a raid, which is called raiding, where it'll basically just instantly clear the map a certain number of times and deduct stamina appropriately. Although I believe it doesn't give you, it gives you XP, but I don't believe it gives any of your like characters XP. What else do I want to talk about? I'll just run this so give you something to look at while I'm thinking about this stuff. Yes, it's also, so far, not like a huge... I wouldn't say a huge amount of interaction between the player and the characters, which is one of the strengths of a game like Azur Lane. which has really strong interaction. The characters only have they only seem to have a few voice lines each, and the backstory is like you unlock it as you level up your relationship with the character in the same way that Arknights does. Which encourages you to put them in the dorms to level up their affinity, kind of thing. Okay. So let's see. So my summary on the gameplay is that the gameplay is alright. It looks like it'll be more interesting once you get a bit further into the game. I'm not super far into the game. That said, I did sort of hit like a... I don't know, I feel like I keep hitting... what do you call it? Like, level walls? Not like a huge amount, but well, there's a combination of things. So, firstly, you need to have your characters leveled up to the right level, and secondly, you need to have the right characters leveled up to the right level, which is, it's kind of a given, but unless you use those diamonds on that early roll, you're not going to have the characters you need. Because, as I mentioned, it's hard to get the tickets for the rolls if you don't spend diamonds on them. So you can't really, so far you can't really do well inland, and also save up for to wait for a banner that has a character you might actually want. Yeah, it's got a dorm system, which is similar to every other game's dorm system. Well, I think the special thing about this one, as opposed to something like Azurlane, is that it generates various resources. It's a base, basically. It generates various resources like XP, gold, these crystals, which are only used for upgrading the base, really, so far. As far as I've seen, they're only used for upgrading the base. And you have lures of them, so I'm not sure if they're going to do anything with those. Yeah, also the base upgrades are tied behind, the player's level going up. Which means that, well, the other thing that it contributes to is this thing called energy, which are kind of like deployment points. Basically, when you're assembling your team before a mission, you have a limited amount of energy. You can exceed it, but it gives you a penalty to your stats, like all your unit stats. And upgrading the base upgrades your energy. And I believe it also unlocks extra slots. Or at least as you level up or progress in the game, you'll get more slots. Let's see. On the while it's on gameplay, the levels, they seem to vary wildly in difficulty. So on some levels it'll be quite difficult, where the enemies will spam, and if you don't have a good AoE character, which are hard to get. I don't actually have a hit every enemy on the board yet. It gives you a tutorial right before the mission where they start throwing these enemies at you, and then it uses this one character who has the ability to hit everyone on the board as part of the tutorial. But I don't actually have a character who can hit everyone on the board, which makes those levels really hard to do, unless you have that specific character. It's like not having Silver Ash in Arknights, except the game expects you to have that character at the start of the game, it seems. So I've had to make do with a number of column, row, or multi-target attackers who you can hit at maximum 3 people provided they're lined up. So yes, as I was saying before, way back, you've got your So your different units will target different things with their skills. So you've got ones that will target like random enemies, you've got ones that will target high health enemies, you've got ones that will hit one enemy for loads of damage, you've got ones that will hit like a column of enemies or a row of enemies, but don't do as much damage. And conversely, you also have the interesting thing, which is like puppeteer type characters who will, well, summoners. They, will summon 2 or so extra mobs, which, while not particularly tough, they will eat single target attacks. Which are the kind, and they're the kinds of things who. So, the summoners counter the single target attackers. So you need some AOE attackers to counter the puppeteers or the summoners. But basically the single target attackers do enough damage to one-shot a lot of AOE characters. So it's a bit of like a little rock paper scissors thing there, and and then you've also got healers and tanks, because tanks are quite tough. You really want tanks. They can eat a lot of damage, and basically buy your other units enough time to do things. The healing, I don't have a lot of healers so far, and their skill takes a long time to charge up, and they're kind of squishy. But if you end up being in a protracted fight, then they come in useful. What else? Yes, so far it's kind of interesting. I like the kind of gameplay that involves you, leveling up units and then knowing which unit is good for the job in a similar way to Arknights. You want to prep a team that can take on the particular enemies that will turn up in the stage. Which, it's a thing that I kind of associate with Arknights, and I suppose now Illusion Connect, as opposed to something like Girls Frontline or Azur Lane, where it's mostly about just having like the best units. You'll have a few units that are just kind of good at everything, and it's more important just to level them up and support them, rather than bring specific counters. Like, I don't know, there's a bit more of it in Girls Frontline, but what it basically boils down to a lot of the time is like, bring like R93 and Y2K. Well, things like that. Bring R93 and Rico. So overall, the event... Oh, one thing I do like is that in the event map, the story mode, so the story cutscenes and the the game levels are separate. So there's absolutely no cutscene if you just play through the game level, and you can separately click over to the you can separately click over to the what's the cutscene and play the level. So when you just want to play the game, you can just play the game, and when you have half an hour before bed or something, you can just sort of like bring it up and watch the cutscene. When you're in the mood for it, which is something I've had a lot of problems when I'm trying to stream Arknights. Anyway, speaking of which, let's resume this story, apparently. I also want to rename the stream now, because it's now an Arknight stream. Oh well. Where are we up to? TW3. So E120? Oh right, the gramophones. You put people on. It looks like as I recall, you put people on these power spots to cap it. Yeah, that's alright. We're in King of the Hill mode now in Arknights, which is interesting. Fortunately, this looks like a fairly simple map. There's only one way the enemies can get to. I mean, on the one hand, there's only one way to get one place for the enemies to get to, but they can cap this thing. which I don't want them to do. So I'm going to try and block them off before they can get there. Well, squad, they can block them off before they get there, which means we gotta bring the boy, Helga. We gotta bring Utage. We gotta bring Project Red. I may be going a bit overboard on this, but it's fun. Oh, I can bring Vulcan. I E2'd Vulcan. I'm super happy about that. Myrtle's gonna be good here. This is only E220, so I'm pretty happy to bring my lower level characters like KB. I can't really go wrong with Ceylon. I need some blockers actually. I'll bring Bivik. This isn't a good map for Swire, even though I always want to bring her. I'll bring Scatty just in case something weird happens and I just need to drop someone down on someone's face and eat them. Texas. Solstice. Again, I'll bring Shen in case something weird happens. And I don't know, let's learn Greythroat. I like Greythroat. Because as I recall in the tutorial, they also had a bunch of characters who basically just walk up and cap from outside of your range. So what happened last time? They're trying to look for Dr. Atro, who may have been set on fire. Is it murder? I mean, they mentioned someone who can use arts to set things on fire really fast, and what do you call it? So the first bad guy you think of that can set people on fire really fast is Tallulah. But at the same time, I think if, you know, how do I put it? If Tallulah had wanted to go burn down the city, she probably would've. Unless this Dr. Alto was like really tough or something. That's it, it's probably not her. Atro, Dr. Atro, not Alto. I mean, I imagine a lot of jobs give you experience handling infected people. At least, I suppose it seems that way, based on what we've seen during the game, but then again, we are like the people who are sent to deal with them a lot. Yes, never underestimate the power of like a breast pocket. Are super helpful when you have to wear those tag things. Just tuck them in, and you can like, you know, bend over and do things without it smacking everything. Or a clip, you know, a good clip to clip onto your not a lapel, your collar. Mudrock squad. Well, looks like we're gonna fight them. They're gonna try and steal our tower. Not our tower. I mean, this level is called Burning Spire, so perhaps these pillars that we're supposed to capture are flavored as being like you know, setting everyone fat. Because I remember they do, the thing is that they deal damage to everyone who doesn't have them. Okay, so let's start off with a simple start. There's Myrtle. And there's Texas. Okay, so that's a pretty good start. Okay, so can I put people up? Okay, so I can put people up here. Oh, I can put people on that vent thing. Sure. What is that route? Okay, so I can put... Nah, that's a tough guy, so I want to bring Sebi to this. Kibi-tibis. Sebi. KB. Oh no, I can put people here as well. Ah, this is a bit of a weird map actually. Put the target up here. And I should probably cap this now that I think about it. Capping this seems like a smart idea. I think I'm gonna wanna... Okay. I suppose one thing I should have thought of was that there's a lot of open space here for me to deploy melee units, so it probably would have been a good place for Swire after all. Her skill is up, she's gonna mince this guy. Mince him. Look at that, look at that! That's what you love to see. I'm planning to drop red if she can't kill him. There you go. Need that little extra blocking. Okay, let's speed this up a little. I don't know, I suppose I may as well just drop like Bibi Kia to help capture. Okay, now it's mine, which means... What's it do again? Okay, so yeah, it attacks everything around it and heals my units. So I probably could have put Sail on over on the other side or something. I think those guys over there with the staves, they try and capture it. Okay, I've got enough DP that I can probably save Texas's ability. Should I kill the target? Sure, she shots it up pretty fast. And also her skill's pretty fast too. Okay, so that's what this is for. It's meant to deal the most damage to kill those tanks. You know, if you didn't bring a caster. I don't need Myrtle there anymore. Okay, let's speed it up again. I really do like Sabi. Well, Kibi. Yeah, KLB. I think if they had wanted people to pronounce it as KLB, they really should have written a K. Then again, names are just like that sometimes. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, at the rate this game's going on, that person's gonna show up. As in, speaking of which, I think the only person that's, I don't know, a bit off, a bit totally off in Rhode Island is probably Ark. I'm not quite sure how he got his job. And that's how I lost my medical license. I wonder. So last time I played this, I was speculating on, like, you know, why it was that people didn't like the Sarkas. I don't know, maybe it's I don't know, maybe they're all infected or something. That's what I'm getting a feeling from here. Maybe their like hometown got completely infected. That's why people are avoiding them. Oh yes, it's called the gramophone. I don't know why it's called a gramophone. It doesn't look like a gramophone or anything. Oh, we get a suzerain in this. I guess that makes up for not getting her last week. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. I can, like, block them off here. So this is where I'm gonna bring Swire, because I like bringing Swire. Is this a good map for Swire? I don't know. But I'm bringing her because I want to bring her to levels. It'll be amazing. It'll be great. Everyone will have a great time. Nothing bad will happen. I just remember, because I haven't used her in a while. What's her range? It's just 2. So I'll have her. I'll have a blocker. Yeah, I'll bring Liscom. We'll have the suzerain on the map. So I think there's less of a need. There's less of a need for healing. I'll bring Ceylon anyway, just in case. And let's see. I'm thinking, yeah, Myrtle. Myrtle can be in the back. Lapland. Lapland for like the backline damage from behind Spire. It's gonna stack all the attack buffs. And I think the rest I can probably just bring whoever I want, don't I? Just to be safe, I don't know, I'll bring Kiwi. Bring Shen. I'll bring Texas for the extra DP. And I want to bring Mostima. I'll bring Grey Thread again. Bring Executor. And Absinthe. Alright, let's see this. No. I think I'm sort of getting a bit more into this story now that, oh, what do you know? I was gonna guess that, maybe it'll be Grey Thread that was the sniper. I'm like, nah, she was like a character in the previous story, but, well, not the previous story, she's a character in, like, the main game. I'm like, no, it's Grey Thread after all. I don't know how to put it. There aren't a lot of, like, Rose Island snipers that actually turn up a lot. Well, in story. Because of the snipers that turn up, there's usually XER and there's Jessica. And I suppose in the single player, Greythroat's been showing up a lot. Boy, we're finally gonna find out what the heck's going on here. Them being super evasive about it this entire time. Okay. It's kind of interesting to have like a sci-fi setting that just straight up uses like magical orbs as their defenses rather than like, rather than laser turrets or something like that. Or, something a bit more traditionally sci-fi. I think that's one of the things I do like about Arknights. So they do like to, I don't know, take a lot of fantasy elements and put them into a futuristic setting. Rather than, take a modern setting, make it sci-fi, and then add magic. Okay. I was having trouble remembering if that was at the end of a mission or if it was starting a new one. Yeah, let's give it a bit of a shakeout. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to slap Texas up here. Start capping that thing. And then put Myrtle back here so she can start capping this thing. Not that it's got like a huge range on it. Well, I don't get to see it until... a skill. Oh, this is a supporter, not a healer. I mean, she can heal using her ability. I mean, it's a good thing that I brought Ceylon then, because I don't know what these characters' abilities are, because they're super new and stuff. Okay, now the player. Oh, that guy's a speedy boy. What's going on here? Okay, he's trying to cap the thing. So this is where I will drop down Shen. It'll mess him up. Okay, how does her range expand? Okay, that's alright. Doesn't help me in this situation. But it's there. I don't think I need Texas anymore, so I'm going to put down this gun. Okay, so those guys will cap this thing faster than I do. Which means I am going to want to have someone on this point. Okay, I'm probably going to have to retreat Shen in a second. Yeah. Well, like Ceylon's range just currently isn't quite good enough. Okay, this guy's being a butt. I mean, I managed to get through this level, but I sort of like messed up a lot. I don't think I did it very well. Yeah, having Suzerain back here is like kind of deceptive because she's kind of useless back there. Like if you deployed around here, they just cap this thing and you just start getting shot all day. So I think in hindsight, the best thing to do would have been to deploy, you know, far up into the two oncoming lanes. boy, what's going on here? But what you forget is that Click is a caster and Grayscope is terrible against armored enemies. Muddy boys. That's a pretty chunky suit of armor. Okay, so they're pretty. Oh, well, yes. I was going to say that they're pretty sure that one of the people in the town was the one who started the fire. We've sort of gotten a bit of why that happened in with the other storyline. Oh. It was kind of nice to see Graythroat being like a team leader, since I don't know, I didn't realize she was a team leader. And also in the other, in the main story, she's kind of just, I think mostly a bit busy trying to fight Faust. And the focus is more on like Amia and Blaze. Also kind of wondering what species Falanic is. They mentioned he was from Ursus, but he doesn't look like Ursus. Oh, this is a... And apparently it's a good day to be like a ranged unit. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to want to block off here and here. And they're not going to have a lot of melee support. Oh no, I've also got this. These grates, I keep thinking that these grates you can't stand on them, but you can. So I've got like here and maybe like back here and back here if I'm bringing like maybe Silver Ash. But it's mostly going to be carried by my ranged units. Okay. So I'm going to want to divide this into two different... Well, I've got two different flanks that I need to hold down, so I'm going to... Firstly... bring a Vanguard for each one, which will be, in this case, be Bagpipe and not Blaze, Texas. And then I'll bring like an actual blocker, which... Oh, I could use Blaze. I know, this card didn't do so well last time. Well, I don't know, it did alright. I'll bring Nyan and Liskar. And then I'm going to want a medic for each side. I might go for someone a bit higher level though. So, and let's go with my standard too. Phelpsus and... Where is she? Am I just playing with silence? Wait, Shining, there we go. There she is. It's right at the end there. Ifrit's not going to be much good here. I say, and then it turns out she's just amazing. KV is nice and high level now, so she's super nice. Executor, Mostima, Schwartz. Grey Throat, Platinum. Actually, I think instead of Grey Throat, I'm going to bring Absinthe. I'm worried about these enemy... Oh, what do you call them? I'm worried about those armored enemies turning up again. I don't want KB to be the only one who can deal with them. It's also probably going to be the last level for today. I do kind of wish there was like a, I don't know, an Arknight's world book. I've been having a go at trying to write like a little supplement, but I don't know, it's hard to find like concrete information on anything. wettest explosion. The wettest explosion noise. Yeah. Overall today has been a bit of a weird stream. I initially wanted to try playing Doom Eternal, but I need a better graphics card, as it turns out. I can run 2016, but I can't run, I mean, I can run Eternal, it's just really, really slow. So then I was like, oh yeah, let's try Illusion Connect, and then Illusion Connect had maintenance. I can't do that. So now we're doing Arknights, which, I don't know, things are going pretty well. I managed to get a bit more of NaNoWriMo done today. Make a start on this year's NaNoWriMo. We've only got like 450 words done, but it's a start. We got to those 2,000 words per day. This one is a smart fox. Gosh, the more I think about it, the more I really would like to do an Arknights D&D game. That sounds super appealing. Oh no. No one told me about these guys. Okay. You're fun. This is going to make my plant a little awkward, but hopefully Bagpipe should be able to wreck this guy. Yeah, okay, that went alright. Now I've got to worry about... Okay, no, Texas. This is a problem. Okay, I need to... Okay, let's pause. So I need to kill this guy... And this... I need to kill these three guys quickly. I think what I... And I also want to deploy Texas, and I don't want to mess up my blockers. So... I think what might be the smart idea here is to put down a sniper and a... And what I want to do is put down a sniper and a medic over here so I can take out this guy without dying. But it's also kind of risky. Well, we'll see how fast these guys move. How much will that take? Okay. I can do that though. No. What I will do instead is I will deploy a medic here. And then Texas here to draw the 5 from the caster. Okay, Bagpipe was able to take it that side. And now I can put down Platinum here, who has good range, and will be good in this back slot. Let's put it down Shining here. I think if worst goes to worst, I can retreat Bagpipe to get my CP back. It's interesting. There's no tower thing. No what's it called? Gramophone. There's no gramophone on this map, despite it being like a rather prevalent part of the last few levels. It's bear time. On the plus side, even Phillips can out heal this guy. That makes my life a lot easier. Okay, I really want to secure this side. Let's put Schwartz here. And then we'll retreat back 5. Well, we'll kill this guy and then we'll retreat back 5. And then slap Nyan down here. But let's calm down and we'll draw the fire. What are you? You're a chunky boy. You're gonna get KB'd in a second, I hope. Okay. Both sides are doing pretty well so far. I need that healing up now. I need to keep Ilscum alive. I would really like it to not die. Okay. What if it was worth retreating Schwartz and putting down Executor? Also constantly amazing how Absinthe casting is she shoots you. Oh no, 2 casters. That's a pain. Okay, those guys are moving up and we're gonna kill them in a second. Which lifts up a lot of the trouble we have. Oh, that's the last enemy. Okay. No, I was worried about them killing Liscam, but she held out. I mean, I suppose that really goes to show what you can do with just like an overleveled healer. Because those ones on the left flank that were fighting the big boss didn't have a lot of trouble, even though they were all like E120 except for... I mean, KB is up to level 75. Which is a bit above this level's recommended. I think it was E160. But, yeah, because Shining was like E250. You can just keep her healed. Welp. You done got kidnapped. Apparently Greythroat's like good at being a sniper. Kinda wondering what's up with the design of a crossbow. I'm sure it's based on some kind of real life thing. Like a real life composite, but... Composite? Recurve? One of them. I'm not like a bow expert. Looks cool though. But apparently in this in this storyline, Greythroat's a badass. Anyway, I think that'll be all for today. Oh, I'll do some rolls while I'm here. The week ticked over, so I've got new, what do you call it? Originium? So now I can... Oh hey, Folonic! Here we go. He seems nice. Okay, we'll have a quick look at Folonic, then we'll do some rolls. Should we do some rolls first in case we get someone good? Okay. One of these is the shop. There we go, the exchange shop. Okay. Always go for the token first, because it makes life so much easier. Yeah, I think if you're doing these, always go for either like a token or and then go for these second. I should really be grinding this actually, shouldn't I? Anyway, we got 2300, that's 3 rolls. And I only need 5 to get a half star. I'm hoping for Astasia, because she's the only one of these red ups that I don't have. Hey, first one. There we go. That's probably like the second, honestly speaking, that's probably like the second best thing I could have gotten. Like, Medic's kind of unremarkable, but I do bring her to like pretty much every level I try and do. I just have to sneeze for a second, give me a second. Yeah, I bring Tolopsis to pretty much every like high level. Ever since I've gotten her. And hey, DP -1, that makes life a lot easier. I think the DP cost reduction are like the most important ones. The attack is, I don't know, it's, how do I put it? On the one hand it's kind of a decent attack buff, but it's also like not a huge increase. And redeployment time for most operators is kind of irrelevant. Like, I don't know, she does only have like 365 attack. So an extra 21 on that is like, it's a nice increase, I guess, at that rate, and then you're also combining it with, you know, your buffs. That's not too bad. DP cost -1 though, I think is the most important one. Especially on those rush maps where you just need to, you know, slap down like a Vanguard and a Medic really quick, things like that. Okay, so what does she do? Yeah, I just happened to have enough. That's wasn't something I planned for, but it's nice. Okay, so what's the skill 2? Skill 2 is like the most important thing to look at. Okay. Okay, so she's a medic normally, but she can activate a second skill to attack enemies and heal allies around the enemy that she hits. That's pretty interesting. It's like Reverse Nightmare. Hey, little door for her skill's pretty good. And what's her? I'm assuming that's on herself, so she's... That's also quite nice because I've started getting to the... in the main game, I've started getting to the section where there's a lot of the freeze slugs and the ice casters, and this is a pretty useful ability to counter those. What's the... so it starts 15, goes for 45. That's pretty nice. Not bad. That's interesting. Not sure if I'll end up using her a whole lot, though. But it's got an interesting skill. I don't know. I always... how do I put it? Especially when you're doing contingency contract stages, characters who have like unique and versatile abilities are quite valuable, and they're also just some of the more interesting ones to use. That's like, for example, like as I've mentioned before, Nightmare got me through a lot of those contingency contract stages by the fact that she's a caster, but she can heal people. So whenever there's like a rush against, say, like Spectre or something, and she can't, her passive healing can't heal her through it, and I'm not allowed to play medic, I can activate Nightmare. Anyway, I think that'll be all for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.